And we welcome you to the Alderson's Awards West post-game show for trophies, awards, T-shirts, and so much more. Go to aldersons.net for their full catalog. Tyler Hergert joined alongside me, Matt Frazier, and we have our Thorbex Game MVP, which is brought to you by our friends at the Thorbex Wellness Center. Strong today, stronger tomorrow, strongest together at Thorbex. And it goes to Semaj Williams, the junior, with 19 points. You hit 3 threes in the game as well. Was this close to a career high, or was it a career high in points?
I think it was my career high.
Yeah. But so it was a great effort. The first quarter, though, you really got off to such a great start. You knocked down 2 threes as well. What were you seeing out there right from the tip?
I try to get the defense to close in on me as much as possible. So towards the end of the game, it was easy, and I just could feed my team.
Yeah, and you did a great job, and you also fed yourself, too, with a couple of threes. You had a great first half, 13 points at double figures, too. What about it in that first half did you guys see, especially in the first quarter where you guys had 20 points?
Well, we just try to focus on our game plan, play together. We wasn't really worried about what they had going on. As long as we did our job, we was good and successful.
That's exactly what Coach Mosley was telling me pregame. He said, you guys are going to see a lot of different defenses, right? And that's difficult, but you guys are pretty experienced. You've played in the Tacoma Dome. You know what it's like to go through the grind of the regular season, the SPSL, the postseason, and now here in the district tournament. You handled it very well tonight, and you're able to get the victory here. And it's got to be nice, especially because Bonnie Lake just beat you a couple days ago.
Our goal was to lock in on our defense, As long as we locked in on our defense, our offense just came and it flowed easily. Yeah,
well, your defense, it's always great. You guys always do that. You actually held Bonnie Lake to under the average, what you guys allow on the season, 39.5 points, and you held them to just 37 points. So you did your job defensively. You did your job on the offensive side of things. And, Raymaya Jackson had a big fourth quarter.
Yes.
It's typical to see her at the top of the score sheet for you guys, but you had to have some other players step up. I mean, Sonoria Norris, Ainsley Muhlenbrook knocking down some free throws. We even saw Nyla Lacey come in the fourth quarter with some big minutes. Talk about the bench and how great they are to feed off of that, being one of the starters.
Yeah, as long as we all come in with the same amount of energy, we feed off of each other.
Yeah, and you guys did such a great job of that tonight, and also your running mate Savannah So too. She's really good at. Yeah, you guys are such a great 1-2 punch as the two guards. What's it like playing beside Savannah?
It's amazing. Playing with her, it just brings up our intensity on our defensive side. Players like Nalela, players like Sanaya, they come in, they just bring the energy. Got that dog mentality. As long as we keep that, we'll be good.
Yeah, and you guys ended up keeping up that intensity all the way through tonight's game. You also have done such a great job at home. Now 8-1 on the season. I mean, what's that like for you guys to be able to get so many victories at home?
It's amazing. I just love, as long as we play our game.
Yeah. Yeah, and it feels like it doesn't matter, right? Defense travels. That's the best thing. So,
defense wins games.
Absolutely, and it wins championships too, right? That's the old saying, but it always ends up ringing so true. Who are some of the players on the team that are really the leaders, especially because Coach Mosley, he's such a great leader, right?
Yes,
but there's also players in the locker room too that are leaders.
Players like Raymaya, always hear her voice, even on the court. She's loud,
Yeah.
Raymaya, Savannah, all of us, we're pretty much all leaders in our own way. We got quiet leaders that lead by examples. We got vocal leaders, and they still lead by example also.
Oh, what would you consider yourself?
I consider myself a vocal and a by example. I try to lead in all aspects of the game.
Yeah, and what do you try and do to really, rally your teammates and show that leadership?
Yell as much as possible.
Yeah.
Say whatever. As long as you're talking, you're good.
And you gave out a really big yell after going through the handshake line. What was that emotion like?
It just felt like we did it, Everybody was coming in. They was like, you got to beat Bonnie Lake. They just beat you. And it was like, got this chip on my shoulder. I got to prove everybody wrong. Yeah. Our team got to prove everybody wrong. Now we're just looking forward to playing Sumner.
Yeah, and that was just announced by AD Jesse Case. You'll be playing Sumner. This is now the third time in the last 4 district tournaments you've faced Sumner. You've seen them a couple of times this year. What do you remember about playing that Sumner squad?
Their offense, they're really good offensive shooters. Like on the three-point line, they're very good shooters. And as long as we close in on that three-point line and then we have our bigs down to protect the paint, we'll be good.
Yeah, it's really cool. We were talking about this in the post-game show just last night, as a matter of fact. It's really unique when you get the players. You're already given the scouting report, right?
Yeah.
And it's not just you. It's everyone else that is giving the scouting report, too. They could give it just as well. Mm-hmm. What's that preparation like in the week and also in the season to get yourself ready for these kind of moments?
Well, It's not really preparation, just focusing on perfecting our jobs and what we have going. Our defense, like I said, our defense leads to our offense, and we'll be good from there.
Well, you guys definitely were more than good tonight. You were great getting the victory, a 16-point victory. It felt like you really had to work for all those 16-point margin, though.
Yes,
it was,
did.
yeah.
I had to work for it. And Azzy, she's a great player. I had to close in on her, and then her other players step up and play their roles too.
Yep, well, excellent job, and congratulations on being our game MVP, and I'm sure you'll be figuring out tonight, was that a career high or not?
Yes.
All right, well, thank you very much,
Thank
Semaj,
you so much.
and go celebrate with your teammates.
Thank you. Let's go, Jags!